shadows dance and play. Exploration calls us to take the skies again. Together we'll find what we lost in the fray, as the moon's silver light guides our way. We begin again. We begin again.
I'm right here. Disco. Alright, everybody. Welcome to the Moonlight Gala Speakeasy. This is going to be our, summing up. This is our epilogue of Moonstruck Saga. Not 100% sure that's going to work right yet. Give Nika a second. But, so, you guys, as you'll see, I tagged all the people that put the emote in, the 16 people that put the emote in. Some people couldn't make it, and then those slots got filled. We have 4 distinct mini games happening here. Also, the main characters have something else if they are here to do it. That does not there's no overlap there. Plenty of overlap there is what I mean to say. So today, it's the gala. And Tomb Squad set the tone as very light robes, like laurels made of succulents or crystals. There was a miscommunication there. All the NPCs that we got, they're all just wearing reverie style. But you can be dressed in Spectre style if you want. If you weren't here yesterday, the moon, now that we know its full name, the moon is the land of Nod. They are powered by your dreams, and not some kind of ephemeral way. It's just not in concept. That's actually what they're doing. They are rebalancing magic for you all. But to do that, they need to take a little energy out of your dreams, and every once in a while they'll send back that nightmare. That's just a natural part of the moon. We are not the only ones on the moon today. We have guests from Mixel, we have guests from Hymnal, we have guests from Obsession, we have guests from Soul City, we have guests from Virtuoso. So each of your games, you will be able to interact with these NPCs. Each game has its own that you will see them. We are going to give you the link to this game, but please only join when your game is up. Because otherwise Roll20 is going to chug, and we're afraid of doing anything that causes internet bloat. We're not doing anything that hurts this thing. So, the first game is going to be the dance after we introduce everybody. But, for the love of God, tell me what you're wearing. I need to know. Great detail. As detailed as you can get. And if you're worried about what people look like, you're gonna see them right away, so you can start judging what. Why are you looking at Monster Hunter things? What is that? Why are they so cute? Why is little frog puffins on my screen, on your screen right now? Why are there frog puffins? I'm so angry about looking over and seeing that. All right. Vika's putting them in the video game channel right now. You guys can all go look at them. Alright, so we've got a dance, a conversation over food, a friendly fencing match, and a fashion show. There are rules for each one of these with there are questions you can ask. You can go outside of those, but stay in theme. Also, this is a party, not like a meeting of dignitaries. This is not the place to be like, oh, what do you think of like wars and stuff? It's just like, this is the place of what do you think of the weather? Like, it doesn't have to be that nothing, but if you start asking like hard-hitting questions, I will have these NPCs just walk away from you. Like, they are here to party and get acquainted with the moon after 1,000 years. Lighthearted vibes. You hear this music? You hear it? Match it. Okay. So, any questions before we get started? And now I wait for the questions because I realize there's a delay. Not seeing any questions. Don't know if I should trust that. All right, let me give the link first. All right, I have put the link in the game sign up channel. Please, 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 only Vala, Esme, Vanex, and Cole join. We'll have you jump in the call in a moment after I get done with the introductions. Beautiful. All right, everybody. As we know, the gala is taking place in this gazebo right here. Wim is our host. Wim is the sentinel in charge of transferring one kind of energy into another kind of energy through her E drive. Wim does go by she her. So Wim's E drive is one of my favorite jokes that I've ever made, by the way. Just it broke me. So as Lockstitch makes their way, like all of you dress the way that you are dressed, and please, you guys gotta I'm sure some of you are starting like getting ready to type that up, but I need you to type it up. I need to know how you dressed. And the first thing you all see coming through the doors. Oh. All right, everybody. As you walk in, the floor is already full of people. You have people from Mixel. You have, like, you obviously immediately see a man wearing, a figure in large, what appears to be armor, like very translucent obsidian, and underneath it looks like it's molten gold, just moving just beneath the skin of black crystals. And that is Midas. You guys, you don't have to guess. Midas is here. Teddy, also, this is our Dactylor ambassador. He hates magic, but he's here on the moon. I don't think he thinks of the moon as magic. I think he thinks of the moon as technology. This is Dusklight. She is the ambassador from Soul City. We met her during the dinner. And I'm going to go through all of our sentinels. Oh, wait, sorry. This is Depart. He is the ambassador from the upper side of Mixel. And this is Endure. He is from the bottom part of Mixel.
Part of it.
But sorry, get ready to tell me what you're wearing when you join the call. If you are not one of the people that signed up for one of the games, please tell us in chat what you're wearing. And like what you doing? Are you eating little snacks? Are you also dancing in the side? That's fine. Okay. Going from I think the order that we met them. This here is Figment. This is how Figment's dressed. Look at her. Love Figment. Figment is the princess of Reverie. And then we've got Fancy. I hope Fancy doesn't get us like banned. Got Fancy. And then we got Daydream. And then we got Vision. Vision, I think everybody looks at Vision and it's just like he didn't really dress up because he didn't. He forgot that the gala was today and just showed up. Then we've got Whim. Here's Whim. This is her home. She's got almost a titty out though. She's very casual. Don't mind me trying to find where Trance went. Here's Trance. I love Trance. Trance is great. Trance does not have a face. Apparition got out of their coffin. This will all be good for the people judging the fashion show later. This is Delusion. Delusion is the one that Royce is in a relationship with. This is her. Oh, where did Rapture go? There she is. We got Rapture. And then we have Dream, who is wearing more clothes to this than the last time we saw her, including a stunning cape. And then, of course, we have Phantasm. Phantasm is wearing pretty much the exact same amount of clothes that we've ever seen Phantasm wearing. And just because we didn't meet her doesn't mean she's not here. Here's Mirage. I don't want to talk to Mirage at some point. So, I think everybody's like, there's small applause as everybody comes in, and now it's just like, let's open up the dance floor. Figment is very excited. It's just like, to our esteemed guests, we have Pollux and Castor, Lore, Clem, and she's like, she kind of blushes for a second. Royce. You guys can join the call now. Aha! It's Chad.
It's Chad.
Oh shit, Chad.
Hey, I'm Chad.
Yeah, you are. I gotta make sure I don't like.
Do you
They
need
do
me to
the-
leave?
No,
You did
you're
it.
good.
No.
All right, you four. Coming into the room, the dance floor opens up. Everybody else can also be dancing. Like it is not just you all dancing, just you four like also dancing. Your four partners that would love to dance with you is we have Delusion. She wants to dance. We have Dream. She also wants to dance. We have Scalix. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't show Scalix in his like gala outfit. Look at him. Look how cute that
Oh
thing
my
is.
God.
I love that little onion. He's also like only 2 feet tall, but he also really wants to dance. So
Oh.
you tell him
You
he's
got
too
the
tall to
party of
dance.
everyone who's like really tall.
Yeah.
Voice is kind of small. We actually discovered that the moon really likes small furry people.
Mm.
Turns out because Voice, Blueberries, and Simmons. Oh, he's not super furry, but like he's got a mustache.
And my luscious locks.
Yeah.
Somebody burped.
Excuse me.
So, what are we wearing?
Who wants to go first? I'll go first. Royce, I mean, the theme is like robes and stuff, so he kept it very simple. He's wearing a simple pair of flats, some white harem trousers. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but they're like
yeah.
the poofy pants. A loose fitting robe top. Example would be the Dalmascan top from Final Fantasy XIV.
I'm sorry, I'll be right back.
Oh, you're good.
And then he just has some simple like silver necklaces and stuff that kind of twinkle from the glow that he gives off. And then completing the look is a pink sash on his waist to match with Delusion.
Oh, beautiful. Delusion's very excited. Little, like, tiny little excited claps. Like the fingertip claps. It's like... I didn't know...
Right, so-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, since it's being so quiet, I guess. Laura is absolutely 100% spectering it up. She's not wearing shoes because she currently has no feet. She is large. Which makes this only slightly funnier in some cases. But she's wearing a black to purple ombre toga dress with like gold accenting and purple crystals, as well as purple crystals like braided into her hair in a big fancy updo. She spent a lot of time at the spa for this. And the grills.
Of course. Alright. I think Dream is just like, oh, yep. The stream went weird for a second, but then it came back. Dream is just like, I love your hair. Dream has like almost pauldrons. It's just feathery crystals. Like the crystals on her shoulders are so light they look like they'll break when she turns around. Oh, there looks like that ice that like when ice freezes so delicately.
Thank you. I love your cape. And also, if you get the chance, I don't know how often you get the chance to leave, or we could bring someone up here. A spa day is a must.
It's like, I think you hear wait, where is delusion? Not delusion. Where is phantasm? Phantasm just standing at the side. Phantasm and Figment are dancing with each other right now. And
Sorry,
Phantasm's
dinner was
like,
ready.
oh, you're fine. Phantasm's just like, the last time one of us left, we turned off for 1,000 years, so I think we're gonna not do that.
It's okay, we can bring it to you. We can all have a spa day. Nice and relaxing.
She's like, that does sound like a treat. All right, Clem or Pollux and Castor, what are you wearing?
Right, so the idea I had for Pollux and Castor was actually that they were both wearing a mixture of the two styles. So Pollux being in the more reverie style outfit design, and Castor in the more Spectre styled outfit design, with it merging as they got lower.
Amazing. And how about you, Clem?
I actually don't know. I have no idea, but kind of thinking in general, maybe like, because it's like toga style, right? Like I'm not really sure, like how
Yeah,
that
it's
is. But,
toga. Also, like I guess harem pants fit it just fine.
Okay.
Really elegant dresses are fine
Mhm.
as well, as long as they're like super light and
Mhm.
somewhat both Dream and Delusion kind of go against it a little bit because they just like
Mhm.
wearing long capes. But
Yeah.
Whim is all about the toga situation. Look at her.
Yeah. So I
Nope.
feel like
Whim's bolting
Clementine
more.
is. Sorry.
Mm.
I was gonna feel like Clementine is I really like Wim is so pretty. But like I feel like Clementine is definitely wearing like a flowy kind of like I did do a generation. I saw like the like it was like really flowy and like okay like really poofy. I do feel like and it's like like one side is like kind of like revealing like like the chest piece kind of thing. Like I kind of like that style. And in general too, I kind of like the idea of that though too, because then like Clementine's tail can kind of flow free a little bit too, and I don't know what kind of shoes work, but because Clementine likes shoes, even though you probably don't need to wear shoes for this kind of thing, he's wearing shoes because he likes the tippy taps, and he's dancing, so he needs the tippy taps. So he's gonna be probably wearing some good like tippy tap shoes, maybe even like tap dancing kind of like shoes, but I would kind of fit for the style maybe even, but like just something that like isn't too clashy, but with like the like flowy like toga style that is like for the the gala right now. I just don't know in terms of details of how it looks, but I just know it's very like flowy, so it'll like go well with the movements and us dancing and everything.
Oh no, that sounds great. Now,
Yeah.
do you all have access to the A Dance Google Doc that I gave you that I put in the
Yes.
game sign up?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Excellent. Because I see an anonymous kangaroo, and an anonymous dinosaur, and an anonymous raccoon. Nope, lemur. Sorry, my bad.
I must be the dinosaur thing because I also see the lemur and kangaroo.
I'm on mobile, so I can't see any of that.
That explains why we don't see your anonymous.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yep.
So, the dance begins. Who do you pick as your partner? At some point, you will have the chance to switch partners. You could even dance with each other if you wanted to. Like, the way it goes is you ask a question. It can be off the list on that, or it could be or you can make up your own question if you have your own. That's fine as well. You will have 2 questions. Each one of you will be able to ask 2 questions. They will also ask a question back. So yeah, who wants to pick their partner and start?
I want to dance with Dream.
Absolutely. Bloop. Oh,
Well, I'm gonna saddle up and get a little delulu here.
gross.
I guess, do you want the small one, or do you want me to take the small one?
I really want to dance with the other one. Yeah.
With Wim?
Yeah, with Wim, please.
I guess that leaves me with the small one.
Alex is just like, oh, so excited. I get two
Yeah.
partners, just doing a little dance on their way over.
Nice. Adorable.
Skylex reaches into their robe and pulls out a little flower. For you? Like handing it up, very shy and bashful.
Aw.
Oh, thank you. Castor will say as they take it.
Big blushes, like huge blushes on Skylex. And then the song starts up.
Hmm.
It is a slow dance with a little bit of disco in there, as there is definitely a disco ball going on.
Ooh.
I feel like I'm on my prom night again.
Do you have a prom disco?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Are you sure you're not like 60?
I'm gonna punch you.
Nuh-uh.
I may not act my age. I imitate other ages, apparently.
It's like I may not act my age or sound my age.
Everybody thinks I'm like in my 50s. This sucks.
Oh yeah, everybody.
Aw.
Absolutely everybody. There's not a single person I know in this community that didn't assume that you were like the oldest one in the community.
I'm so old.
We had this conversation with Ox last time we were playing with Ox.
I didn't assume.
Oh, well, there's one person in here, but they might be lying.
It's alright, I understand. I'm just so mature.
That's the word.
No, I just don't guess anyone's ages because I'm horrible at figuring it out. So I'm just like,
Me
nah,
too.
everyone is just some amalgamous anonymous age.
Yeah. I don't like
I'm the
doing
one that usually gets the age guessed wrong.
Mm. I can't tell. I genuinely cannot tell, so I just don't.
You're making this weird, Seth.
So,
Just DM me next time.
So Delusion takes Royce's hand and starts leading you out on the dance floor.
Mhm.
And so our faces are close due to the movement. Do you engage in conversation or do you remain focused on the dance?
I'll ask them if they're enjoying themselves. You know, big dance isn't everybody's jam, so hopefully they're having a good time.
I'm having a great time. As like she continues to dance along, and it's just like you can feel her crystals like vibrating with the music as they are dancing around, and some of the others, like you can see all of the ones from Spectre, the crystalline ones, as they dance, they're all dancing in beat with each other. Like, and she's just like, it has been ages since we were last awakened, and it feels like good to shake off the dust.
Yeah, the opportunity to spread your legs and live a little, I understand.
She titters. I can't titter or I would. I think it sounds like a bunch of like wine glasses falling on the ground. You know, very fragile glass. Just...
Oh yeah.
Now you ask a question back.
As we dance, they have a moment to place their hand on their arm, or my arm, my shoulder, or my back. What do they choose to keep us in the rhythm?
I think she's just like, it's like this, and she puts her hand on your back. And despite the fact that you are still somewhat wraithy, even when you're physical, the resonance from her and from the moon, you feel much more solid. You probably feel more solid right now than you, well, with an exception, than you have since you became this wraith form. And like, you feel your feet like in lockstep with this dance as she leads you around the dance floor. Who would like to go next? Or would you like me to start a question for you?
Oh no, we can just let someone else go, and then circle around back.
All right. Which of you three would like to go?
Well, I guess it's gonna be me.
All right.
But I mean, I'll go.
Absolutely. For sure. Oh, did you want me to start it?
No. I just thinking
Okay,
for a second.
gotcha.
Laura will take a moment when the music softens to look like directly at Dream and tell her that she loved her singing, and then ask if she'd ever be down for singing a duet sometime.
As she like follows you along with the dance, she's like, "Of course, I would absolutely love to sing along. I do a little duet at some point." I don't know how you can tell the crystal face is winking at you, but it does.
It's just that sparkle.
There you go. It's like, I'm glad that you appreciate, that you like the singing. It's like, I have heard that it was from you and some of your other compatriots. A siren, a mathematician. They motion their hand to Ibring, who is, I don't know if Ibring's dancing, but I do know Ibring is here. It's just like, I didn't know that you had such a connection with the moon already.
It's a connection we didn't fully understand and we're still learning about.
At this moment in the dance, you smile. What brings you joy in this moment?
I think it's the ease of the evening and everyone enjoying themselves tonight after everything that the crew has been through.
Just a moment to relax is really just...
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think Dream just has a big smile on her face, just, for a crystal. I always just assume you all can tell what their facial features are doing.
Oh, they're like the LED faces in like those masks.
Oh yeah, like Zero from Borderlands,
Yeah.
but it
So they
only
can,
does emoji.
Yeah, so they can do like emojis and stuff, and then we know.
There we go.
Since they're part of the computer.
They are part of a computer. This is true. It's all ASCII.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. Pollux and Castor or Clem?
I guess I don't mind going next.
Scalix is so excited.
I guess, do I ask the first question or does Skylax ask the first question?
If you want Scalix to lead, he'll ask the first question. Which is hilarious if Scalix leads the dance.
No, I think I'll ask the first question. Let's see. Something about our approach or movement catches their eye. What is it?
Scalix is the are you from I saw your outfit before when I was on the ship. Are you from or have you been to that I heard of a city called Lydian? I heard it's like full of music. Is that true?
We have indeed been to Lydian. We're not from there, but we have been there, and indeed it is. It is quite. I would describe it as loud, but in a good way.
Is and very bashful. And just and he motions to the music. The music is coming from the disco balls. It's coming from the chandeliers. All of the crystals are resonating to make the music, each one with a different note. And he's just like, they say that down in the Echo, you can save music and play it again? Do you have any that I could listen to? Back at the ship, of course, not right now.
Oh, I'm certain we can find something.
Scalix is so excited about it. He falls a little. He loses his place in the dance. Do you let them stumble or do you assist them back into place?
I know they would most certainly assist them back into place. Maybe either just by catching them and quickly helping them back, or
Oh, thank you. It's just big blushes. I think a little flower starts sprouting out of the top of their head. It's just a little bloop.
It's a bloomin' onion.
Oh my god. Damn it. Alright, Clem. Do you want to lead Wim or do you want Wim to lead you?
I'm okay either way, I don't know. I do have a question picked out, but
Yeah, sure, go for it then.
okay. I was gonna pick this one. Let's see. It says this movement in the dance allows me to step closer to you and synchronize our movements. Do we move in harmony? That one.
Absolutely. You and Wim are just spinning around the dance floor. Wim is constantly moving in small circles so that her dress keeps lifting off and flowing around.
Ooh, yes.
Wim is highly entertained by little things like that.
So is Clementine. He's doing very much the same thing.
You dance magnificently.
Oh, you too.
And you smell of good dreams.
I love lemons.
What is the relationship of lemons and dreams down in the Echo? They're so closely intertwined.
I actually don't know, but there was a creature once that was highly associated with both. And mm, well, and could I this is out of character real quickly. Could I pull out a heart lemon and present it to her and show her the heart
Oh,
lemon and give it
absolutely.
to her? It's like, okay, like this is something me and a friend of I kind of created. It's a heart lemon. It's basically kind of what happened after, and we were able to cultivate and regrow lemons after that, seeing that creature and it kind of being cleared out. Like it's very cute. Here, if you'd like.
Oh,
And he just kind of just hands it to her.
she will 1000% take this lemon, and
Yes.
she's like so excited about it. And she like looks at it and she's just like, "Is it food? Do I need to eat it now? Like how long?"
You can if you want to. You can save it for later. You can plant it. You can use it as a garnish. Anything you like. It's just a lemon in the shape of a heart, so it's really tasty and it's really cute. Do whatever you want with it.
You
Maybe plant it if you want. I don't know if they grow here, but you can try.
So this isn't on the list, but all eyes are on you right now. Like your spinning has attracted the attention of everybody standing on the sidelines of the dancing. Like everybody is watching you. Do you do a flourish or are you or do you pull close out of embarrassment?
I mean, no embarrassment. Like if we're going into it, like a flourish would be cool. Let's
Alright.
let's lean into it.
Alright, what's the flourish?
Like I mean, like if we both got like flowy garments, like I mean, like maybe like like how they do with like the salsa things, just kind of like do that, and maybe like a little bit of a tip or like whatever we're doing. Like I don't know how we're dancing, but like just like something just kind of like I guess more like groove to the
Ballroom
movements because
disco
it's
is how I think we're
Yeah,
doing
disco.
ballroom disco.
Yeah. So like I guess more like shimmy, kind of just like more hip movements, like kind of like using like the momentum and everything, just kind of like get more flow, I guess. So
Love it.
yeah, maybe a little spin.
A little spin. All right.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
spin in a
Voice.
pose, like the disco pose.
Oh yeah, like the absolutely the
Yeah.
one finger up.
Yeah, definitely that.
Wim points to the disco ball. It just explodes with light.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was too late on it.
Posing. Oh. There it is.
Stop being in my DMs. You're all too cute.
Hmm.
They're all sending shit back and forth to each other. Like I keep seeing it in Discord. They're like, "Oh no, I gotta look at this thing." It's like, no, it's just another cute picture. Voice. Wim finishes her disco pose with Clem. Everybody's clapping. She begins spinning, and she takes Delusion's place. As long as you're fine with it, like you can just hold on to Delusion.
Oh, I can share the love with everybody here.
All right. So Wim takes the place of Delusion. So for the other three of you, who are you dancing with this one? And if everybody at the same time does the synchronized like spin with Clem and Wim right there, and you all switch partners, I think it would be adorable.
I totally agree.
I also agree.
Yeah.
I want the little guy.
All right.
He's adorable.
You get little guy. Clem gets. There we go. Is this good? We all good?
Yeah, this works.
I will say mid spin, you don't have to change the token for this, just to keep it easier, but mid spin, Lore legs it up and shrinks down a little bit closer to his size.
Aw.
On the spot switch.
Nice. That just looks good.
We don't spin to each other and just dip our partners as we grab them,
Yeah.
Oh my god, adorable.
Yes.
and then we start up the next part of the day.
The second part of it looked alright.
Production value.
I do what I can. Alright, boys. You're dancing with Whim now. You see her holding in one of her hands. Actually, no, she just tucks it in her bosom. Bosom.
In the bosom.
Like you just see the lemon there. She is definitely gonna turn do the resin pour situation for this and turn it into a brooch. By the way,
Oh.
Nice.
Nice.
maybe just the peel because she is very interested in this, how this smells.
Mhm.
As she voice, you take the lead on this one.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll grab her on the back and we kind of move together, and then something about how I move catches their eye. What is it?
She joins in the spin, and she's just like, a lot of you Lockstitch fellows are blue. Are there many blue people down on the Echo?
Why, yes. The group of people that I'm related to, the Silver Dwarves, a lot of them are blue. Comes with being silver. Silver dyes things blue.
She nods, is silver is a metal, yes?
Yes, something I'm basically made out of.
She's like, we don't see much metal up here. The Dells don't like it, or they do like it too much.
Somewhat of a acquired metal. It's got a lot of unique properties, and I don't know. Maybe you should get familiar with some silver.
She misses any overt, and she's like, I met your Officer Blueberries. He was a charming raccoon.
Oh yes, he's a fluffy little one. Be careful though; he does like to break things. He'll fix them, kind of, but keep an eye on him.
Mm-hmm. So, her outfit begins to slip. Obviously, the lemon is just too much. It's like, you help her adjust it.
Royce will, as they're dancing, use a little bit of his magic to siphon off some silver that he's wearing, and kind of make a little help hem it up a little bit, to restrain it so it doesn't start slipping anymore.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Like those cool, they look like a U and then you put a pin through them. I don't know what they're called. I'm sure they have a name.
Yeah, he just does that as they dance, and they might not even notice it, but it just happens.
I love that. Absolutely love it. And the dance just goes great. Do we want to keep going in order? Now do we do lore, or does Clem or Pollux and Castor want to go?
I think we can keep it in the order.
Alright, lore. Do you want Scalix to lead, or do you want to lead Scalix? I don't know if Scalix is a good leader, but he'll try. Lore died.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was muted for a second.
I
Scalix
over-
can lead, and Laura will do her best to make him feel like he's doing a great job.
This sounds great. Scalix, reaches out and like their hands grow, like the vines grow to place them like on your hips respectfully. And it's just like, you may at this moment, oh wait, no, not that's the one. The opportunity to guide me through a challenging part of the dance. Do you take it? You have the opportunity to guide me through a challenging part of the dance. Do you take it?
Yes. Lore will absolutely guide Scalix through a challenging part of the dance. You gotta build a little guy's confidence. He can do it.
Scalix was like, watched you shrink down. He was like, oh, we can do that? So like his arms grow longer and his legs grow longer to match. His body, his torso and head do not change size. All he does is just kind of like, it looks like he's wearing stilts and those little like grabby hands.
I love everything about this.
I love it.
It's like a second little flower grows out of their head. Go ahead. You don't. If you have something else that you want to ask, Lore, that's not on the list, go for it. It can be something simple, something silly, like a dance move, anything. Go for it. I might not have given us enough choices here. I just tried to unhorny Mobile Suit Firebrand.
Unhorny. How dare you?
You do not want to read what the regular. Well, you might.
What's that supposed to mean?
Hold on, let me get you a question from the actual.
I may have fucked the moon, but I'm a gentleman first and foremost.
My face is close to yours. Do you turn subtly towards me or subtly away? Our lips press. Was it an accident? Our lips brush together and during the close dance. Was it an accident? Do we go in for more?
Oh my.
The game's horny. I'm trying to unhorny it just a touch.
I see.
The raw passion in a dance.
Yeah.
Alright, I think at this point, like the with the growth spurt, it's the moment in the dance lets Lore move a step closer and synchronize their movements a little bit more.
Yeah. Scalix, now full of confidence after like growing in size and like matching new, like he is dancing. This is the most confident we've ever seen Scalix. Like Scalix generally, like when we met him, very, very shy. He was the first allium that we met. Alliums are the onion people. They have not joined the crew, but while you're on the moon, they're at least like with you. And like as he dances, he's like, now, as you know, you might not know this, but the allium, such as I, we are big on trade. And we're not originally from here, like, and he like motions to the sentinels. We're not part of the moon. But I was just wondering, and like during a part where you guys break apart during the dance, they're doing the like finger touching. Like, do you think maybe I could, come with you guys? I'd like to visit the Echo.
You are absolutely welcome to come with us and visit. We would love to have you.
Like, you literally see Scalix's eyes sparkle. It's just like if you guys have seen Dragon Ball Abridged, like anytime they have Goku go like out of excitement, that is what Scalyx is doing. It's like the music, like some of the crystals start vibrating with like his of excitement. And then he
I feel
moves
like
in.
some of those crystals are the ones in Lore's hair.
Oh yeah, for sure. The closer the closer the more they're like starting to shake. Then Scalyx. All right, he doesn't get another question, but I am gonna ask this one. Scalyx moves in and he is attempting to dip Lore. Does Lore help him dip you? Like he's like it's too much for his little body to do it on his own. Like he can't actually hold you up.
Yes, Lore absolutely helps.
Amazing. Right. So we've got Delusion dancing with Pollux and Castor.
Yep.
Do you want to lead or do you want me to start it off?
I'll do the lead.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna ask. The dance's figures separate us. When they bring us back together again, do they maintain their composure?
I think they are. Is that for the spinning? You think like the spinning separated everybody, and now you're back together, and now you two are together?
That's what
Okay.
I would think. Yeah.
Absolutely, okay. Like you see, Delusion is breathing slightly heavy from the dance with Royce, and it's just like, oh, aren't you two just the gentlemen? As they like match the dance, they're getting the composure back just now. And she's like, go ahead.
I wasn't saying anything. I was just
I'm
laughing
sorry.
a little.
Delusion. God damn it, Nika. Just keep looking up. I can't look at her fucking computer. You guys have no idea. If you're like in the Discord, go look at what Nameless is wearing to the gala, by the way. I think he put it in a workshop. Oh, it's an
Oh
art
my
shirt. Thank
God.
God. Thank God. I'm
Oh my
Hubba hubba.
That's about right.
God damn it.
Anyway,
Clearly, Nameless has stolen the show.
Very demure.
I didn't think it would be possible for someone to be wearing less than Lore, and yet here we are.
Toga tidies. Nice.
Just the idea of fucking making a toga into God damn it. I'm playing a game here.
We're in the salad. We gotta get out.
This isn't the food scene. Delusion dances and like you see her and she's like, oh, to be polite. And she starts vibrating and there are two of her as well. Like Delusion can very easily change her form. So now she is like she has hands enough for both of you.
oh,
She's like, how are you enjoying the moon now that all of that fervor is over?
it has been quite an interesting experience. Very different from what we're used to.
What are you used to? Actually, I'm sorry. I'm gonna take that back. She looks into your eyes, like all four of your eyes, like she stares deeply into your eyes. She's like, have you? And she stumbles. Like I lose my place in the dance, And like I know we did this last time. And she's about to stumble, but she's like, "Have you traveled the dreams?"
We have, yes.
And like delighted. She's beaming. She like all of her crystals are glowing, and crystals around her are glowing as well. And she's like, "I didn't think you all knew how to travel the dreams. You could do it without us."
To be honest, we're not even sure how the one who did it even did it.
Well, if you know the one who did it, you can send him to me, and we could help do it again. Traveling the dreams is a dangerous thing for the uninitiated. You can pull out things that don't belong in your world.
Pollux and Castor suddenly think about Polaris and Sirius and are like, right, yes.
Polaris and
Well,
Sirius sneeze.
I'll be sure to send them on your way.
She's like, the song is about to end. When the dance ends, will you stay by my side and talk about dreams? Or will you move on to another partner or another activity?
I think they'll stay to talk about dreams.
Love it. Lem and Dream. It's funny that Dream isn't the one that actually is interested in dreams. Alright, Clem,
Yeah.
bring us home.
uh. I mean, I did pick a question. Do I just?
Yeah, if you have another question for her, absolutely.
I mean, it's nothing like. It's just one of the ones listed. Because I don't know. I can't decide. So I was like, maybe this. But I was thinking the one that's like because Clementine's like he's very much into the dancing right now. He's like swaying his hips, doing the hand movements, just kind of like very engaged with it.
Oh yeah, Dream is 100% doing the the waving your hands in front of your face, like both hands, like situation, like really getting into the disco part of this.
Yeah, like Clementine's very much using his hips right now too, so he's just very into the dancing. And I was gonna use the one. This one is like something about my approach or movement catches your eye. What is it?
Like you dance with such freedom. It's like this is amazing. Like are all dances like this on the Echo?
Oh, they can be. Yeah, I do believe so. Actually, yes, dancing is very much like it depends on who's dancing and where we're dancing or how, but it's definitely like a free form. I believe I do think so. I do think it's very much depends on who, I guess, and the style that you choose and prefer. It's a free form.
Our last dance was very. I think the word stodgy comes to mind. It was a very structured dance. I'm very glad that Wim has decided on a much better vibe this time.
Very nice vibe. Love it very much. Yes, those were.
So adventurous.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Oops, sorry. I'm reading the questions real fast myself. The music softens for a moment. What question do you ask me?
I mean, I guess Clementine wouldn't know. So I guess he'd ask Dream I mean, is it okay if he asks? I don't know. I guess he would ask what do you do here on the moon? Like, what are your well, at least what are your favorite things to do?
My favorite things to do are to sing.
Oh,
It's just like I don't like to toot my own horn, but toot toot.
ooh, love to hear a song one day.
It's like me and Laura are going to do a duet.
Oh,
I always appreciate an audience.
I would love to be part of that audience. Sounds wonderful.
Well, then it's a date.
Ooh, all right. Look forward to it.
The song comes to like you guys like basically hear the beat is coming to like the crescendo thing where everybody like does the one last like point to the ceiling,
Yeah,
like hand on the hip, point to the ceiling disco move.
yeah. Extra
What's everybody's flourish?
That's a great question.
I kind of think I know how Clementine's doing it.
Yeah, hit me, Clem.
Okay, because like if we're doing like the flirt, like just like the same, like not same thing, but like if we're still doing like the twirl thing, like I know Clementine in general, he's still gonna do that, and like he's gonna like with him, I think he's very good with his leg movements, so he is doing like very much that like he's making use of his I guess nimbleness and like swiftness of his like with that he has his legs. He's doing the twirl, he's swaying his hips, he's twirling, and I think he does like like figure skating, like he's doing that kind of thing, except like and then like finally when he finally does like the like just the point, it's just very much just that, and then I guess also maybe like a little jazz hand movement, but he's
Yeah,
very-
jazz hands.
yeah.
As you jazz hands, there's sparkles around them.
Yeah, sparkles. He's doing very good twirls, and then the
Love it.
very fun.
All right. How about the rest of you? What's the finale? What's your flourish?
I'm doing that move where you hold the person up and spin with them in your arms,
Oh, you love it.
and then I'll just gently set them down and then like spin them away, and then like do a bow.
Mhm.
Whim, she does the thing where it's like she's stepping in place. Like, it looks almost like she's running in place with how excited she was about it, and just like clapping, and also continues to spin on the ground herself. Her dress floating in the air. Pollux and Castor or Lore?
No, I just have the feeling that their dancing just slowly died down over time as they were talking about the dreams.
they totally miss it.
They totally miss it because they're too
Nice.
involved in the conversation about dreams.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
Mhm.
All right, Lord, you got a flourish for us? You and Scalix?
Yes. Laura will kind of like ask to take over and then lead him into like one of the little like the pretzel twist things and then out, and then Laura will finish with dipping Scalix.
Ah, adorable. I'm a lady.
I love him so much.
So cute.
You're all adorable. Also, I didn't want to say it in the moment because I knew it was gonna like become a thing. When Royce said that blueberries breaks things, Nika said, "Yeah, my back." about Wind. Not, not like, from Wim's perspective. I just needed need to make sure that joke got out there in the wild, because it's been bouncing around in my head for the last 15 minutes or so.
Oh man.
Boy, that's so funny. That just got me.
Fucking horny ass raccoon.
I didn't even think about it like that, but the thought is just really funny to me. Just not good. Breaking somebody's back. How could you?
Just fucking.
Ugh.
Oh. So the dance either can you guys all can continue dancing with your partners. Obviously, we know Pollux and Castor are gonna go wandering off talking about dreams with Delusion.
It's because he probably has a lot of questions, especially maybe regarding Polaris and Sirius.
Absolutely. Right, so the next, thank you all so much. That went really well. I'm very glad that it went well, because slightly worried because I literally just made all these games up. But
That's really fun. Thank you.
It was a lot
Thank
of
you very
fun.
much.
Yeah.
thank
I
you all
love
so
dancing.
much. Right? And it's just Mobile Suit Firebrand's a very cool game. Everybody, I own this game. You guys, if you are you interested in a mech game that doesn't involve dice rolls, and it's Mobile Frame Zero Firebrands by Vincent Barker. It's great. Go pick it up. It's usually pretty cheap.
It's great, asterisk, a little bit horny.
The regular version is incredibly horny. Meeting sword to sword in the regular version is the horniest thing I've ever read in a TTRPG, and I've read both the Thirsty Sword lesbian books.
Wow, that's a bar to clear.
It's intense. Oh wait, no, I take that back. Whatever game Cash recommended last October was the horniest game I've ever seen.
Cash, they're calling you out right now. You recommended the
Get
horny
called
games.
It's just the horny thing.
Cult was so
Yes,
fucking
Cult.
horny.
Cult.
Yeah.
Cult was in fact horny. All right. Thank you all. I gotta get you out of here so I can get in the next 4. But you 4 did amazing. Thank you so much.
I'm off the fuck.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Bye.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Goodbye. The next set is Patagon, Param, Tarkus, and Cash for a conversation over dinner.
In my defense, I can't read and I didn't know the game was that horny.
So horny.
Yes, it was.
There is no defending for you.
At this, okay.
I mean, it gave us the catfish and cultists, so, it's not all that bad.
So, at this dinner is we have Patagon, we have Karam, we have Tarkus, we have Cash, and we have both of the leaders of Spectre and Reverie. This is Figment. This is Phantasm. Then we also have first time meeting Mirage. And this is Endure. Endure is from Mixel. Karam, you may have met Endure before.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I didn't do it before.
So, you all have the questions or how this game works? The Google Doc that I linked in the game channel.
I do.
Conversation over dinner. So, this is again, ask a topical question. It says when everybody has passed or they are done with the conversation. I think to save time, we're just gonna go around and twice instead of having to skip or. The normal game is generally the characters don't want to share information with each other, but in Firebrand, so I'm breaking those rules a bit. So you guys go around, ask whoever you want, and feel free to jump into somebody else's question for conversation. other NPCs can also answer the question that you ask. But remember, this is a party. This is a dinner at a party. So try to keep it light. But yeah, whoever wants to start. The food laid out is a lot of cheese. There is a lot of cheese going on. Both Figment and Phantasm are just gorging themselves right now. Endur doesn't really understand like why they're eating cheese at such a rate, and Mirage seems suspicious.
Suspicious of the cheese, or
It's a little standoffish. Nobody introduced themselves to her, and like she's, you know, this is the first. It's just like, so we have Figment's just like, you guys, we don't have to be sitting at a table. Like, we could be either sitting at a table or just walking around little buffet tables, is how I'm picturing it. Like, the art shows it, like, sitting at tables, but you guys can be standing, like, doing little, like, dancing on the side, watching the dance happening. But yeah, anybody want to start, or did we want me to start?
Sounds like you're starting.
Yeah. Phantasm, like, Phantasm and Figment are bigger than all the rest of them, by the way. They stand about, like, anywhere from... They change sizes pretty regularly, but between 9 and 20 feet tall is how these two generally go. Phantasm, like, tastes the cheese, and they're just like, this is amazing. I'm like, no, stop. This is pretty alright. Solid. I enjoy this. Pretty good. Now, Patagon, I've heard you have a show down on the Echo. You all have devised a new means of communication, much like the screens we have up here. How do you find this conveyance?
I believe it's a pretty neat newish, I guess, to us at least, technology here to be able to, like you said, convey the picture, I guess, of what we're recording to the whole of whole of Echo. So yeah, it's been like a mind-opening ability to not just transmit the audio, but the actual visual scenarios that like in the case of my show, we're just interviewing people and getting to know the community and get to like interview some really cool folks, like all the new the movies that are now being written and produced here. So it's we've had a lot of fun. So you said you have a similar screen tech here. So do you also do like shows and things of those nature?
Figment. This is Figment talking. We used to have someone that would put on shows for us, a storyteller. Mirage isn't quite there at the job yet. Mirage just huffs. Like, she like puts her like shoulders up and like her face down. She's like, I just started the job.
Well, that's really neat. I mean, we're just starting too, so maybe we can swap stories at some point, and
Figment's eyes light up like it's like, I would love stories. Do you have stories? Did you bring stories with you?
don't have any written down with me, but I know we do have tales of our adventures and things. So for sure we could definitely get something together.
I'm feeling generous. What favor do you ask of me? This is Phantasm. What could I do to have you help you get these stories here? What would aid the storytellers? Mirage is sulking during this conversation, for the record.
Yeah, I mean, we probably just need to come up with, a format, I guess. Just if you need it in more of a physical or more verbal storytelling style. I mean,
Phantasm's just like, of course. And your friends the other day discovered a defunct storage machine that I will get it to them. Absolutely. Tell your friends Kay and Nickel and Leo and Simmons to meet me at the castle. I have a gift for them. And for you. Also, Patagon, what are you wearing? That's Alan asking.
Okay. Yeah. So, Patagon's wearing a Reverie-themed toga with a snowball succulent laurel on his head with a greenish gold sash that has like ivy draped around it, and so it's just kind of very elegant, I guess you could say.
I do love it. Absolutely. All right. Does anybody have a question for one of these? Or if you just want to eat the food? Before that, let's just go down the line. Karam, what are you wearing?
Just a black toga with a small cape. The cape has the purple gemstones adorning it to keep it together, and the toga's sleeves aren't really sleeves, but something you wrap around with small little bits of the purple crystal embedded throughout the shoulders and sleeves. And one of those half masks that you'd wear, or with the gemstones sticking out the side of it.
Like a domino mask, or like a
I'm not good with names.
or like Phantom of the Opera, like superhero, like the bad super, like Robin, or Phantom of the Opera.
I've never seen Phantom of the Opera. Looked it up. More like Phantom of the Opera.
Okay. Phantom of the Opera does only cover one eye. Did you want it to cover both? Or
Nope.
No? Okay. There we go. Alright, solid. Got it. Alright, Tarkus, what are you wearing?
Tarkus is in a simple Spectre-themed toga, and he's got his prosthetic arm decked out to look like it's made out of the purple crystals.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cash?
He's wearing a black shimmering toga adorned with purple crystal trim. Embroidered is in glowing thread is the shape of the catechus. You know, the
Yep.
universal symbol for medicine.
There's a character in this game named Catechus.
Oh, neat.
Or
And
like named that, but
is wearing black shoes with winged looking crystal fractals, and a crown that also kind of looks like it's got wings on it too, and his hair's fully slicked back for once.
absolutely. And who has a question to ask or a conversation to start? And again, feel free to jump in on anybody else's questions. Like, this game is about like you all having a conversation at dinner. Or as you are snacking. Like, obviously, the dancing was more one-on-one, and the fencing is more one-on-one, but this is more open-ended, and I just hit my knee on the bottom of my laptop, and it hurt.
Ow.
His name was Endure, right?
Endure, yep.
Endure.
Endure. I just like to say it like that. I said it that way the first time, and now I'm just sticking with it. It's Endure.
Endure. Deer. Did you know that? That there's still the Tower of Mixel here.
It's like, of course. Well, of course is the wrong word. We assumed that the tower would remain. We noticed that it has gone into somebody else's hand before we got here. Hopefully the descendant will take better care of it than they took care of the city down below. Like, their ancestors were a bit of, how's the word, uncooperative. If not for them, we might have been able to get back here long ago. But it's a time for celebration. It's a time for celebration. No need to... He's like, oh, this cheese is delightful.
There must have been a good number of stories from back then.
We have history, obviously, with the Sentinels. And it's just, some of us believed it only to be just that, either something that will never come back, or just fancy fairy tales, not to be believed in. But some of us in Mixel, we believed. Why else would the city look like that? The Dorians are going to be so excited to get here. They took so long preparing that they weren't able to make the first flight.
Karam looks over to Mirage. Do you think that you could perhaps hear your stories with her? I'm sure she'd love to be able to tell them.
It's like Mirage gets like it almost like steam coming out of her head. It's just like, I don't need help telling stories. It was the first day of the job when I got turned off. I don't know why you think I should have told. Like, I don't need help. They're my stories. I'll write what I write. You will have your dreams. I will share new stories. Don't you worry. I don't need old history. Who wants to dream of the past? And she's like, huffs.
Sorry, I did not mean it in an ill manner. I just thought it'd be nice to have more perspectives.
I have all the perspectives. I watch your dreams, and he does, like, Fervor wasn't even that good. Fervor wasn't even that good at writing stories. I'll be better. He just had more time.
I believe you. I look forward to seeing what dreams you give me.
Phantasm, pat on Mirage's head. Calm down. I think the second pat is more like a putting their hand on their head and pushing them back into their seat style.
I was not trying to set her up.
Oh, no, that's okay. You guys had no idea that Mirage was going to be a petulant child. But she is. The conversation gets a little, like, not awkward after that point. Like there's a there's a lull. Who's got something to say? And you guys you can literally say any of those questions that I have on there, just phrase them to, like, or just say whatever you want. I'm good with anything. believe in you.
Tarkus. I was gonna say Tarkus, Cash. Either of you got something?
Trying to figure.
Same.
Paddington will grab his cheese that was on some form of stick and kind of just start pointing in the general direction of where he thinks the crystal forest that they were I don't know trying to travel through earlier is like, something surprising that I found when we were exploring earlier. You had these miraculously large sentries that kind of look like what we would call like crabs, but I guess I just wonder, like, what was the inspiration when you were when everyone was kind of working on that kind of project, I guess, because there's not a lot of water and stuff around here, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Phantasm is just like collapses a little bit. Oh, I do love those creatures. They were one of the very first. Living is the wrong word, but it's the closest thing that we. Living is the wrong word, but it is the closest thing that we have. One of our ancestors. Note that none of the centuries that you see before you are the first, or even the 10th. We come from long lines, and we are old. Like one of the first of us. The first apparition. The first century that held the coffin, created them. And they didn't look anything like that at first. But they said something along the lines of everything evolves into a crustacean at some point. And you should have seen them. They originally started off as almost what you call fish. And then they started growing legs, and we thought it was fantastic. And then they began growing arms, and we thought that was fantastic. And then the shells. And now they look like McAfee and Norton, and of course the Vast. Those are the oldest three. Their work is indisputably necessary for the moon to function. Did you see them work?
Quite. It was a marvel just to see how easily they were able to trim the bad, sections out of those crystals, and it was just a marvel to watch them work. And I was happy that we could help out where we could, because we sure as heck didn't know what what we would be able to do to solve the issue ourselves.
Phantasm, like fully like doing the leaning on the table, both hands in the like their chin in both hands, like staring at Patagon. It's just like, you see, they're very useful. Now, do you know the full? Oh, sorry. Would you like to know the use of that coffin? I'm sure you must have seen it if you were in the Crystal Garden.
I did, and I'm sure everyone here would love to know what its use is, because it's so large.
It holds all of the malicious software. You are familiar with software, yes?
We have a concept of it. It's our software is very not soft yet, but
anything deemed too dangerous to simply destroy, anything that might infect the land of Nod, we store it inside there. You That's why it's so large. Originally, it was much smaller, but it has increased in size as we go. It is what you down on the Echo might call a jail, or the folks from Hymnal might call a museum.
Well, that's very fascinating here. I do wonder, like, how it might relate to what the others have seen on the various sides during their adventures.
Ah, you mean Fervor? No, do you mean Fervor? Did you see something else out there?
I couldn't quite tell what we saw. I mean, there was definitely a lot of red, and so I'm assuming it was for
Fervor. This is like, it's. I think Phantasm like holds up a sign that says, "If you see something, say something." Just like, we're gonna put these signs all over the moon, just to make sure that everybody knows. If you see something strange, let us know.
Back on the Echo, if we had signs like that, we'd have no end of people messaging us.
right.
Oh.
Sure.
Are you all? Have you taken it upon yourselves to become the guards of the Echo then? The whole thing?
Guards of the Echo?
Like, does everyone on the Echo... Would you want to be responsible for everyone on the Echo? Like, they are the sentinels of here. Like, that's why they guard here. So if you see something, say something to them.
Yeah, no, I get.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's too many diverse cultures with too many different ideas of how something should be handled for any one group of people to handle something like that.
And Deer is just like, yes, and don't forget News Channel 6.
Ugh.
Oh no, yeah. Them.
Them.
A bit of confusion between all of them. It's just like,
News Channel 6 is like a bit of information that's corrupted, if that, you know.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
Yeah,
I think it
wouldn't
endured.
mind having them, end up in your coffin. Wink, wink.
Well, I will tell you now. An enemy of Lockstitch is an enemy of the moon at this point. We owe you much.
Wouldn't say they're much of an enemy. More annoying?
They probably like to think they're our enemies.
Oh yeah.
But the people that whose town they live in are anything but our enemies.
Yes, they're all quite wonderful individuals.
I don't believe that News Channel 6 existed 1,000 years ago. We have no records of it.
Many things have changed on the Echo in the past 1,000 years. In fact, our own place we live was not around 1,000 years ago.
I think they all look at you, and it's just like, the silver thimble, or do you mean Lockstitch?
You know the thimble?
Of course we know the thimble. You were around 1,000 years ago. Well, the thimble was.
Many on Echo described it as a void when we first got there.
I think, Karam, you might be forgetting the fact that we rewrote it into history.
Right, I forgot.
The silver thimble has been there a long time.
I forgot about that. I'm still so used to thinking of it as it being gone.
See, if Cash and Karam were sitting next to each other, he'd kind of nudge him, being like, you remember that time we went into your dream? And how it was different from what you remember? Think of it like that.
You guys
Sorry.
did what?
Don't worry about it, we'll talk about
Don't
it later.
Sorry.
You all travel the dreams? Figment.
Guess we're talking about it now. Alright.
Unfortunately, at times.
If you choose to travel the dreams, you should really talk to Delusion. Or Trance. Trance has read every dream that has ever been written. Mirage huffs.
Out of
Well, I'm
character
sure then-
because I forget.
Hmm.
Is what they did to Turkus when he was corrupted also going into the stream, or was that just something weird with mushrooms?
I think it might have been a dream. Or like, that was a straight up memory. Like, yeah, that's right. Nicholas can fuck with memories. But Amon and Nyx can fuck with dreams. Nicholas can only show you exactly what happened. No, he can't.
Yeah, because
Fuck.
we changed what happened.
What happened? Yeah, sure. Sorry, let me answer this question real quick as what's the source of tenderize your esophagus? Me and Chris, guy who plays Simmons, made a really bad decision one time at a barbecue where we thought meat tenderizer tasted amazing, so we just kept eating it. And I mean just the powdered version of it. And we both had the sorest throats for like a week afterwards. So we both only, like, either we both got the same cold or we actually tenderized our esophaguses. So there you go.
No.
It was delicious.
I'm sure it
As long
was.
as it was delicious.
Anything's eatable once.
Once.
It was like really salty garlic powder.
That doesn't sound that bad, actually.
Actually, yeah, fuck, that sounds really good.
Probably not straight, though.
It was delicious straight. Why do you think we ate it? Do you think me and Simmons would eat things that weren't amazing?
Anything's eatable once.
If it wasn't for the fact that Simmons said he was being contrarian, I was going to cite the candy corn vote.
Candy corn is disgusting. That's eatable nuts.
Yep.
Eatable nuts.
Exactly.
Nobody eats candy corn. It's disgusting. It's just wax. Why would you eat a candle? I'd rather eat a candle. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Anything but the candy pumpkins. Those are nasty. Anyway.
Yeah, Cash or Tarkus, you guys got any questions for these? Well, 3 ladies and gentlemen. No, well, 2 ladies. Mirage and Figment are her, and Endure is he, and Phantasm is they them.
Out of curiosity, when someone passes away up here, does the ghost train come up here, or is there something special for the moon?
People don't tend to die up here. Like, we don't die. Our service ends. We retire.
Oh god, you didn't check on the little onion guys monitoring the nightmares, have you?
Monitoring the what?
Oh, the Alliums, they have an interesting relationship with death. But when you eat a carrot, does it go to the afterlife?
That's a very deep question.
It's quite
Can't say.
philosophical.
Can't say that I have enough information to know for sure, but
Do we have to take a trip to Sonnery?
Well, let me
Please don't
answer
go to- Please don't make us go to Sonnery.
I'll
Out
go
of
to
character.
Sonnery.
Me
I know
out
you
of
will.
character answering this one for you all. They do not ever consider death. That's not a thing that they ever think about. Like, me and Nico actually talking about, I think me and Nico were talking about this before, that like, if you die, oh no, I was saying it in the chat. If you die, you just become a different form. Like, sure, they can't talk to you anymore, but that's what you are now. Like, oh, you're decomposing? Cool. Like, this is who you are now. It's like, now you're bones? Alright. You don't talk to us anymore, but alright, you have become bones, and now you have become dust.
then the dust ends up in the volcano.
And then the dust ends up in the volcano.
Pretty,
Or seeds, or like things grow out of you. Like, very likely that like the people that lived here before are just bits of the moon now. Oh my god, like think about all that dust you guys saw on the other side.
that's what I was thinking. It's like, that's a lot
All
of...
I'm hearing is, out of character, the moon is not haunted.
The moon is not in fact haunted.
I'm not clever enough to make a solid state joke.
Metal Gear. No, that's a Solid Snake joke, my bad.
Look, green is people.
It very likely that's the succulent green.
Succulent green.
Oh
There we go.
no!
Look at the green. It's people.
An interesting thing I think we also saw, and I don't know if maybe Cash or Tarkus might know more. I'm not sure where in our notes it ended up coming from, but there was the possibility that the moon is supposed to rotate. Did I?
Oh yeah, we got that rotating yesterday.
Okay.
But yeah, it is turning. Oh, sorry. Also, there's a breeze on the moon now, and in my head, it is the most pleasant breeze ever. It is the perfect amount of wind. You know, just enough to rustle a cape. And if you want to look dramatic and you want to like look into the wind, like your cape will move, but not so much that if it's facing your back, your cape gets like super tangled in your legs or anything. They're very cape forward on the moon.
Very good. I appreciate that as one who likes his cape.
I have that written down somewhere, and like also right next to that, it just says, "I'm not sure why I wrote this."
I mean, it's very necessary, you know.
It's the little bits of lore that really do it for me.
Exactly.
Well, I guess where I was going with that is just So now that it is rotating, we were always calling it the light and dark side, which now we know is like Reverie and Spectre. So does it kind of change, I guess, as it rotates now, or?
Oh, of course. So, how do I explain this to everybody from their character point of view? So, out of character, the dark side of the moon is not the dark side of the moon because it doesn't get light, not the same way. The dark side of the moon is the dark side of the moon because the crystals are dark. Like, that side looks that way. No amount of turning gets it to look different because its function is to store data. The Spectre's function is to store data. Reverie's function is to transmit data. Like, it accesses it, it spreads it between itself. Like, that's what the whales do, that's what the torrent turtles do. Oh fuck, we should have put that one lemon one on screen with Clem. Damn it. Lemon wire is what. But so yeah, I think they just kind of start breaking it down for you. It's just like we no longer remember the purpose of the moon, of Luna. We don't remember why it's here. We remember what we do. But there was a purpose before this. And I think you see like Indira like really lean in and start like making notes. The purpose that we have taken upon ourselves is to help the Echo balance. Without us, it was very much off kilter. It felt like, and like I think Figment moves her hands to show you like a ball, but the ball forms in her hands, but it starts wobbling out of control instead of spinning, and then eventually it all just breaks apart. So in order to stop that, and then you see a second ball next to it, decided to take on some of the energy so we could all maintain balance. And mind you, it wasn't us, it was Sentinels before us that made this decision. And it seemed to work out for a long time. Echo and the land of Nod coexisted. Then suddenly, someone or some group with extensive knowledge of the moon, of the systems, turned us off one by one, like dominoes. That phrase works, right? Dominoes?
Yes.
That was essentially how we ended up turning everyone back on, was kind of dominoes too.
Figment smiles, like basically like ear to ear, like a very genuine smile. It's just like, I chose correctly. Or the Echo chose.
I have a question, but I'm trying to figure out how to word it.
The Echo does have a weird way of doing its own thing.
The Echo is an amazing structure. It's unlike any planet that we had in our reports.
Yes, it's structure. So, are you implying that it's similar to Luna here in the land of Nod, or? I mean, there's so much we don't know.
Us too. Phantasm and Figment just like clear their voices together and clear their throats together and like, we were planning on having another meeting about this, but now seems as good a time as any. Do you think the Lockstitch could continue working with us? with the Sentinels. We have reports from your Lord, Leader, Administrator Peanut that you are quite good at. And Figment pulls up a piece of paper in Peanut's handwriting. It's just like, diggy hole.
From personal experience, I can say that is correct.
Excellent.
Having it go into another hole.
We are quite good at digging holes. Yes.
I hear it's a fun time.
It's definitely a time.
It's definitely a time. I had fun with it.
I'm glad you did.
Those first holes had some very interesting things in them. So I'm right there wanting to see what we can uncover, in our next endeavors.
Sure, they'll send a good group.
Excellent. Whenever you're ready. We've only scratched the surface of Luna, and admittedly, some of us are scared of what we might find down there. And we can't leave our stations unattended for too long, or else you've seen what happens if one of us leaves.
Not again, please.
Phantasm and Figment are switching back and forth which one is talking to you, but it's both of those two constantly talking. Indur just kind of like looks over at Karam. Diggy hole? Question mark.
Ever been to Bone Meal?
No, we stay, well, this is the furthest away from Mixel I've ever been. And that's not saying much as we are clearly on the moon. And he cheers. He has clearly started to have too much of the wine cheese to eat.
Oh no.
Dear, take it easy on the cheese. Don't want to eat too much.
You're not my real mom. It's like, Mirage is also too much wine cheese. Yeah, you're not our mom. Mom? Is that who you... Yeah, that's her passing out on the table.
Saving that one for later.
Why? That was a terrible joke.
Sometimes you have to have a level playing field, and whenever this one is running down the street screaming "cash" at the top of his lungs. Hush.
Phantasm just like is currently patting the back of Mirage's head. She'll learn. She'll get good at her job.
I can sort of relate to how she feels.
I feel like if she was awake, she'd yell at you.
Probably.
Oh, she wouldn't yell at me. She knows better. But do you guys have any like last minute questions or anything? Because we do have to move on because I am getting these games are going, they're great. They're hilarious. I'm loving everything you guys are learning. I'm loving the questions that you're asking because now we know no ghosts on the moon. Well, there are ghosts, but they don't leave the moon. And it's not haunted. There are some dead people, but as you just see their memories in code, they have no way of haunting you the way that ghosts on the Echo do. Like, so when Iskra used her necromancer powers to see the dead, she saw memories of the dead, the memories of the code of them. So she saw them almost like Matrix-y, binary style, not like what they actually are.
Cash, Tarkus, either of you got something?
Out of character, admittedly, I've been having a hard time finding a way to word what I want to ask.
Yeah, just hit me with the out of character version.
So the crystals, is there something about them that causes memory loss? Or like crystals and dreams?
they store data. Like our crystals, and this is a thing that I should mention. I saw, well, this is phantasm. I have felt some of your friends, some of the Lockstitch, picking up the shattered crystals from Fervor. I must warn you, once infected, there is no way for us to uninfect them with the Fervor. If you choose to use those, you will be using nightmares, which raises the chance of him becoming complete code again. We can store what we store, and you can feed what you can, what you have, to Norton, Avast, or McAfee. They would love to eat it, and they will store it away in the crystal coffin. But far be it for us to take your trophies away. But I am showing you the barrel of the gun that you're choosing to collect.
I see.
Have you seen crystals that affect dreams down on the Echo?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. A resounding yes.
Unfortunately.
Wow. You all have an amazing connection with the dream. And they all Phantasm stands up and walks up to Cat. It's like, oh. Boop.
Mm-hmm. And his ears go back. Yes?
You should talk to Delusion.
Sure. Very confused.
I'll go with him. We've both been in that realm.
Emotional support, Karam.
We are me and Nika just discussing this in the background while the game's going on. We're gonna start a big group, very similar to the way that we did Covert's RP, that we can keep this gala going in the RP. It's not gonna start up immediately. It's probably gonna be a Tuesday thing because we're gonna need today and tomorrow off because I'm dead.
Fair enough.
But we are still going to get to these games. We are still going to get to the things listed, by all means. We're doing that.
Yeah, if we can do this more in the RP. Let's let the others get some.
Yeah, admittedly, the questions were a bit difficult to try and suss out what would be the best way
Totally
to
get
ask a question.
I have listened to multiple podcasts of people playing Mobile Suit Firebrands. So I have an expectation for the tempo, but I realize you all don't. RP with the memes for sure. In those things, if you're in them, fucking meme the hell out of it. I love it. I think memes are great for conveying vibes.
But hey, gave it the good old college try.
I think all of them are very excited to Figment is hanging off of Patagon, wanting Patagon to tell her any story that he's ever heard.
Oh, I have so many. So we could definitely go on for hours if you want.
She she shrinks down a bit and crooks her elbow and puts she has to put Patagon's little flipper in the crook of her elbow, and she's like, please share them.
Aw.
Yay! Patagon just lights up certainly this is because like I say, he has so many that just float around in his head, and sometimes it's just nice to get it all out,
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, with that, thank you all for coming and playing this thing. It was great. I loved it. Very excited to do this. Very excited to do more RP about this, and so that Cash, Pollux, and Castor and Amon can talk to fucking Delusion, because not Delusion. Wait.
You said
Yeah.
Delusion.
Yeah.
I hate that the way that I remember that one's name is I just have to go, haha, Delulu.
Yep. Yeah, that's also how Royce remembered it. And he has a much closer relationship. All right, everybody. Thank you so very much. I need to get to the next group, which is the fencing group, which is Cass, Nickel, Midnight, and Osiria. Thank you all so very much for coming to this one now.
It's fun. Night critters.
There we go. It took me a minute to find the roll 20. But, hello.
Hello. All right, have we
Hello,
got
hello.
here?
Howdy.
Excellent. This is real quick. We're gonna rewind to the beginning of the gala as they are introducing people. And you hear introducing the Lady Osiria summer song, and we have Midnight Herberus, right? Erebus? Erebus. Ah, I was so close. And Midnight Erebus as, like, the tone begins to change. Like, the music begins to swell around you. Unmute your streams.
For the fallen and the lost, I will stand my ground. With the fury of the storm, to duty I am bound. Loyalty my banner, courage as my creed. For the comrades I have lost, their spirits I will feed. I am the monster that hunts the night. My quest is yet to cease. With the clash of steel and the dance of a fight is where I find my peace. I forged my fate with brethren bold, but to the ice they fell. And to this day their memory drives me on through heaven and hell. For the fallen and the lost, I will stand my ground. With the fury of the storm, to duty I am bound. Loyalty my banner, courage as my creed. For the comrades I have lost, their spirits I will feed. Come to me, as a trusty friend, and you'll find warmth and cheers. But cross my path or stab my back, and then you'll know true fear. In the cold of night I ventured deep to go where spirits roam, to one day carve a sacred place that the lost can call their home. For the fallen and the lost, I will stand my ground. With the fury of the storm, to duty I am bound. Loyalty my banner, courage as my creed. For the comrades I have lost, their spirits I will feed. For the fallen and the lost, I will stand my ground. With the fury of the storm, to duty I am bound. Loyalty my banner, courage as my creed. For the comrades I have lost, their spirits I will feed.
That's a pretty metal intro, I think.
Been sitting on that thing for so long.
Oh my god.
Midnight has his own theme song. Tomb Squad has their theme song. Midnight has his own theme song.
That's where your lyrics from the finale came from last night.
Oh, you got that,
Uh-huh.
So as the party is going, you all will notice, like the dancing is happening, the food is happening, everything's just like going really great. There's a room to the side where you see 4 sentinels. There is Fancy, Vision, Trance, and Apparition standing in there. And they are each fencing a little bit with each other. They are clearly out of practice, but they're having a good time of it while they are doing it. And they spot you 4 and call you over. It's like, our heroes. It's like, Fancy is the one like saying it. It's like, our heroes. We are quite out of practice. Would you mind helping us dust off a little?
I certainly wouldn't mind at all. I'd like a good fight.
Likewise, I would not be opposed either.
I'm all for it.
Never really touched a saber, but first time for everything.
So they have long foils that have succulent petals, like as the hand guards, and at the tips are little crystals that as soon as you touch somebody with it, they will glow red, and that is how you know that you have scored and that you have won. Who would everybody... This is not a tournament. This is just sparring back and forth with each other. Who would you like to partner up with, everybody? This is Vision. He is the sailor guy. He is well-traveled. He uses his own boat to go from one part of the land of Nod to another. He forgot that the gala was today. He just showed up. This is Apparition. Apparition normally is sleeping in their coffin, but right now they are out and about. They are very excited for the gala. this is Vision. Not Vision. This is Trance. Trance has a very far away look on their face at all times. Like, they seem very unfocused on what's in front of them. And this is Fancy. Fancy is the moon's actual pilot. Like, she controls it. And when Phantasm isn't in control, Phantasm can also steer it. Phantasm and Figment can both steer the moon from their castles, but Fancy is the pilot of the moon. So, let's see. Do you all have the little sheet that I gave?
Yep.
For the... Right. So, it's just simply the first time that your blade hits that, like, the first hit, that's all we need. We just need one hit each. But you don't have, it can be over in one shot, but it probably won't be. Like, go ahead and ask questions back and forth, and then we'll move on to the next pair. Feel free to comment, the people on the side. Like, you are within earshot, unless, like, you are asking a secretive question and you don't want to be in earshot. You know what I mean? So, like, the people on the side have range to answer as well.
Okay.
Who would like to go first?
I can.
Who would you like to challenge?
How about Apparition?
Apparition. Apparition saunters up. You see a little crab climbing up his arm into his succulents, and he pulls out a tiny little, like, bit of red crystal and just feeds it to him. And just little pat, 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 pat. And he's just like, pulls out his foil, hands you one as well. They're very well balanced. They're clearly just training weapons. You couldn't hurt somebody with this if you tried, Midnight. Even if you rolled like a 1, unless you broke it and then stabbed them with the broken part. But it's more like a reed than it's not metal. It's like a reed. Yeah.
I think he has to take a moment to get used to it because he's used to slightly heavier weapons, but you get the hang of it pretty quick.
Aperture like swings his around a little bit. And he's just like, I'm a little rusty. On guard! And he lunges immediately. It's like, we circle each other, blades at the ready. What do you say? What remark do you make? Or what is our beginning? He yells on guard. What is yours?
I think it's less of a remark and more it's like it gets his full on smile and lets out almost a playful growl as he lunges forward as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're blades locked right now. Like, all right, you move, Midnight.
Yeah, I mean, I think that leads into we lock blades, a face is close. What do you say to break the tension?
It's like, you are mighty strong, all of you down there. But why have you chosen of fervor? It's like, as like the blades go back and a couple like slap, 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 slap. And it's just like, I heard that Figment attempted to knight you.
Truth be told, that I did not understand what was going on. I already had the black dog to deal with. So I had to play things cautiously and quite honestly, I am a being of fear, not light.
Fear. I understand fear. Like, it's like I have much of that locked away right now. You can see like faintly as he connects to the coffin, you can see some red text going through his head. Don't worry, he is not infected. He is just like aware of an infection. It's like, I feign a mistake, lowering my guard. Do I catch you off guard?
No, I think. I mean, I catched it pretty quick from basically his movements aren't quite as clever as he wants them to be. So I kind of take a step back and remain defensive.
I get it. I'm not much of a liar. It's just like, and then like he, go ahead. He attempted to like slash at your stomach, but completely missed.
I think at that moment, Midnight will launch a quick flurry of strikes. Does he give it ground easily, smoothly, or does he stand his ground and block each one?
He stands his ground to block each one, but it becomes immediately apparent that you are much physically stronger than he is right now. And he's just like, as he blocks, like, Apparition goes down to one knee. And he's like, oh, yeah, whew, you all like quite strong. Block, block, block. And then he seems desperate. It's like, I make a final lunge, but in doing so I leave myself open. Do you score the counterpoint? As he is launching himself up from like his knelt position, like fully trying to just like get it right into the center of your chest.
Yeah, I'll go for the counterpoint.
What's the counterpoint look like?
I think it's basically just since he's lunging for his chest, I mean, like it just takes a step back with one leg, just letting it go past him, and a quick swipe upwards.
Production value is everything to me. As you catch the bottom of his chin, like you see your crystal light up, and like he just stands there, like both hands up, and he drops his foil. He's like, Lockstitch is quite a formidable foe. I'm glad we're on the same side, my dear friend. And
I grew up monster hunting.
I grew up monster making. Well, not exactly monsters, as the little crab crawls out of his succulents onto his finger, and he gives it a little pat. Very similar to like Crabbert would. Like it's that snipping at you, angry that you didn't hurt him, but you feigned hurt not Aperture, but you feigned hurting him. Apparition. Well, great show. It's just like even without being a Knight of the Moon, you have clearly forged your own paths. And he's like, oh, we should clear out for the next ones. It's just like, are you preparing for the oncoming storm that Figment and Phantasm have been warning everybody about?
I've actually been kind of wondering about that, what I'm capable of for helping negate that, since clearly I have an aptitude for nightmares, so Perhaps there's something I could do to soften the blow.
Preparing everyone on the Echo is the best way to do it. This flood is coming one way or the other, or another. Phantasm says that the Lockstitch has decided not to let the moon absorb it all and be destroyed. And we appreciate that.
We do not sacrifice others simply for convenience.
Fancy, just struts into the center of it. Fancy is wearing the outfit that you see her in, but also cowboy boots.
Cass steps forward.
Fancy grabs the foil and she tosses the other one, the dropped one, to Cass.
He just snatches it out of the air.
Vision in the distance, just like, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. And she says, Kamama's gonna move me uptown.
Where did you happen to get the cowboy boots from? Didn't know that they had those on the moon.
She looks at him and she's like, I've always worn them. If this was to my vibes, I'd be wearing a delightful denim jacket, denim pants, cowboy boots. Well, cowboys are fucking. The word cowboy is like lost here. But still. She's like, somebody once dreamt of an amazing singer.
You mean like a country singer, or like what do you mean by like just?
You should talk to Dream about it sometime. Dream recalls all songs.
I definitely shall.
Like, she does not like raise the foil as though like they like the previous Sentinel did. She has the Fool's Guard up. And if you don't know what the Fool's Guard is, it just means like you're standing with both arms to the side. And I think she very much does a Neo where she puts her one arm out and just goes, come on, let's do this.
All right. I see. What am I seeing here? Are you trying to fool me, or is this?
Also, you guys can make up your own leading questions and closing questions as well. Like, completely up to you. These are just suggestions more than you have to do this.
Oh, I did just see what Midnight put in the chat, and I forgot about that. Cass is wearing like.
God damn it! I forgot.
No.
Everybody has to like tell me what they're wearing. For the love of God, yes, Cass, tell me what you're wearing, and then we're gonna go. Midnight's gotta tell me what he's wearing.
Cass is wearing an all white toga, but instead of one of the robes being around his chest, it's draped over his the left side of his shoulder. And on that sort of draped robe, there's just a bunch of just crystals just going down it, and then on the top of his hat, well, the hat's white, but on top of it there is just the the crystal that he got from the crystal coffin.
Love it. Absolutely. Midnight, hit me with your outfit.
So Midnight is wearing a snugly fit black toga lined in silver that has a runic design on it. Basically, kind of like runes from his home. He has silver jewelry with amethyst crystals and on his shoulders is a black fur shoulder wrap with silver laurels lined with amethyst crystals, and has a larger one on his left shoulder, and a pin with the Lockstitch logo on it. And the shawl is worn over a long flowing cape that matches the black toga, and across the top of his chest is a large silver gorget with more amethyst crystal on it, and he's wearing his hair in braids and has silver jewelry in his hair to hold the braids in place.
Love it. All right. Nickel or Fleur, whichever one you are right now, hit me with your outfit.
All right. At this point, it's actually Nicole. Can't be Fleur all the time. He's wearing it's a white toga. It goes to the mid thigh which is hanging off the right shoulder with a succulent clasp right at the shoulder. And, of course, just enough space for his fins in the back to not be cramped. On his arms, he has like these gradient green fabric gauntlets, like the kind that have the little connection where it hooks onto the middle finger. And also green lace-up sandals that go up to all the way up to the knees. Turns out he actually doesn't have full-on fins, but he does have like webbed feet with claws on the end there. He's also wearing a silvery white tiara there, which has like a bunch of like these thin succulent leaves on the various sides, which he's interwoven his hair with to keep it up, and also create his own braids that go around the side of his head and down the back. And he also, normally he would have it so that there would be a sword on his back where the cape would act as a sheath. At this point, he actually has that cape down, which covers his sword arm to make it just a little bit more difficult to see what he's actually doing.
Beautiful. And Osiria, what's Osiria's outfit look like?
So, I don't know if I'm going to describe this well, but it's very much the Reverie style, very like light, very flowy, like whites and greens. It's got kind of like wrappings of like little leaves, both around her waist and then like around her wrists is almost like bracelets, kind of. And then I think she's kind of also got like a little bit of a circlet with I don't know, like maybe a gem in the center, but I'm not super sure on that.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
like I think she definitely adorned like her flowers in her hair with like extra leaves just for, a bit of style to it.
Oh, for sure. Good. Sorry. Gotta remind myself, I need to get that out of the way. Not out of the way, like, that's the part I'm here for.
Very important.
It's like, you're all here for this game. I'm here for you to describe your outfits. We all have our passions. All right, Cass, you get to start off. What's the first fencing attack or move?
Cass raises his foil up and starts to kind of move slowly towards her, pointing the foil at her. Does she charge towards him, or does she kind of just stay defensively?
She stays with her arms down. like very casual, even like as you get well within range to just like quickly stab at her, she is confident that she can move faster than you. I thrust close to your face. Do I score a point? Like, or or do you feel the like if you don't want her to score a point right now, trust me, like that would be the end of it immediately. But it's like my speed is amazing. Like, what impresses? Sorry, Fancy lunges at your face with a ridiculous speed. You barely dodge out of the way. What is impressive? What impresses you the most about the way she moves?
The way that she is able to sort of restance herself. Does Finn?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all right. So she misses and she sees like you dodge and like a smile like comes across her face, and now she takes a full fencing pose, and like the full thing, not just like a sword out. She goes sideways on you, one leg extended, one leg way back, and she raises her other hand above her head, and like now like the battle music starts, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Operation just looks over at Midnight and she's like, oh. Awoo.
Come on, Cass, we trained together. You can do better than that.
Yes, I know. Cass puts all three of his hands behind his back. He interlocks his two lower hands and then just puts his left hand behind. And just kind of does the same sideways pose, just without the hand in the air.
Absolutely. It's your move.
Guy's gonna use his range and try and quickly do a quick poke towards her hip. Is she going to dodge it, or is she going to take the hit?
She is going to dodge it, and then I catch your wrist lightly with my free hand. Like, she pulls her hand down, grabs your hand. Do you disengage gracefully, or do you push her back? Like, she is doing this to make you mad. Do you take the bait, basically? Because she's going to grab your arm and, like, pull you to try to get you a little off balance.
He pushes her back off.
Haha, a little fire in you. And then she tosses her sword from one hand to the other. Like, she's like, this will be over soon, though, as she comes in. But this is your question time.
Oh, it's mine. He quickly kind of backs off just a tiny bit and keeps his foil just low to the ground, just waiting for her to strike. Does she come in fast, or does she kind of come in a little slower?
She is not so much fast as she is precise. She is an efficiency of movement made into a person. You know what I mean? Like, Nickel, I think watching her, you can tell exactly the kind of pilot she would be. Like, if you were in a dogfight with her, she would just move her wing just enough so the bullets would go on both sides. And like, she would always be threading the needle. . fancy. Not all of them. Obviously, you'll learn. Not all of them, and like obviously, you just saw Apparition. Not the best fighter. Fancy's one of the better ones. So like, she moves with a ridiculously efficient. She moves with a ridiculous efficiency. Was that your question, or did you have like another part of it?
Oh, does she kind of hold off on like sort of moving, or does she kind of start to go in for the attack?
She's going in. You can tell that she's about to basically lock on and make her attack. She thinks she has you in the bag.
Cass is going to wait until she starts to fully lunge. Does she go ahead and just lunge for it, or again, does she just kind of see what's going on and just pulls back just a little bit?
She moves in. I gain momentum and press the attack, driving you back. Do you stand your ground to hold me off, or do you allow yourself to be driven back?
He stands his ground.
All right. What's your closing question?
He parries the lunge and is going in for the for the lunge of his own. Does he score, or does he just fully miss because of her speed?
I think we have to stay fair to the fiction, as this is Cass's first time like fencing. That it looks like to everybody standing there. No, you were all really good. Like, but to the common folk, it would look like Cass just won. Like, but the crystal at the end of your foil has not lit up. Like, she basically does an after image thing to you. Like, you stab where you thought she was, and then she just has very quickly right underneath your sword armpit, like just pokes right there, like hits that spot, and her foil lights up.
Well, to the best fighter goes the spoils.
It's like, absolutely, you did a wonderful job. It's just like, I can tell that this is not your weapon of choice. And it's like, the way you carry yourself looks like you are used to something more projectile focused, I would assume.
More on the hip, as I like to put it.
We don't have many firearms. We don't have any firearms up here.
Yeah, Bone Mill's kind of known for their heavy use of firearms.
Her head tilts. Bone meal. I do not know this place.
Oh, it's where I come from. It's just a nice little sort of, I guess, desert cowboy paradise, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Is it a new town on the Echo?
Oh, no. This town has been here for a while. The entire side has been there for a while, actually. Originally, it was in Ocean, but...
Oh. She seems very sad.
I guess we have a better idea of when that happened.
Oops.
We'll have to chat later. It's like, perhaps we'll get you a pair of boots made.
Ooh, that would be nice. And I do have to chat later about your speed. I've never seen anything like it, especially after images.
Absolutely. Like, and she like takes measurement. It's just like, of you. I think you might be able to move that fast with proper training. And then she's like, hold this, and she hands you a giant crystal.
He grabs it with all 4 of his hands.
It weighs 200 pounds.
Oh, this is a monster of a crystal.
It's an ancient training technique. I learned it from a man that came from Virtuoso.
All right. Suppose I'll give the training technique a try.
He called it rock.
I'm sorry, wait, did you just say rock?
She's already like off to just, I need to taste that cheese.
Okay.
Cheetah cheese. I
Cass
worked
just-
up an appetite.
Cass
Don't
just
be
sighs.
jealous.
Cass just sighs and then just quickly ties it up. He grabs some rope and just ties it up around his back and just like, all right. Looks like this training technique's gonna have to work to get better.
Yeah, and here I was going to see if I could try to test her piloting skills later. Well, maybe I'll be able to catch her later.
Oh, absolutely. I'll let you guys catch up with Fancy.
Also, can I just add that into my inventory now? Just 200-pound crystal.
Oh, of course. She's also walking away that's the night the lights went out in Bone Meal.
I'm sure I'll probably be seeing her again at some point.
All right, Osiria or Nickel, who would you like to spar against? If you choose each other, that'll be weird for me. But it could happen.
I suppose I shall go next against whoever wishes to face me.
Trance is looking in the distance, and then almost like a jump scare situation. It's like, oh, don't mind me, don't mind me. Here I come. Okay, focused, and looks at Osiria. It's just like immediately their whole demeanor changes, and you see them put a hand out, and very Star Wars, very Force. The foil flies into their hand, and they close their hands around it. They are holding the foil like a two-handed greatsword instead of the rapier that it is. It does not change size. It just has a long enough handle for them to do that.
Quite the fascinating technique you have there.
I've seen nightmares about you.
I am sorry?
They lean in. Who's afraid of the big, bad wolf?
Not me.
Thank you, Midnight. But no, I think as much as she's joking around in that moment, that is a little unsettling for her.
You are well documented. I am not used to this version. I was expecting much bigger teeth, bigger eyes. The ears are pretty okay though. That feels right on size. I also wasn't expecting you to be green. It's not written anywhere that you're green.
Well, I believe many of the stories pertain to my predecessor, I suppose you could say.
Of course, predecessors they stand up straight and they put the sword to their side. They are clearly distracted in this moment. You could just take them out if you wanted to. It's just I didn't realize organics had predecessors like that, previous lives, like data, like sentinels, like books. But you are a book, and there's fiction written in you. This fiction inside you is almost like blood. It's almost like a curse that became not a curse. Clearly, you cannot be a curse. You're on the moon.
See, Osiri could take the window to strike and just win, but she is actually curious where this is gonna go, so she's gonna hear them out.
I can't remember the name of the is it Minyata? They call him Deku. Like Deku from My Hero Academia. That is what is happening for Trance. Just like words, just like and you see them pull up a little like touchpad with their other arm that's not holding the sword. It's just like going over it, going over it, going over it. It's like okay. Does everybody on the Echo retain knowledge this way now? As in, can you become? And they drop their sword and poke you. Midoriya, that's what it was.
Well, truth be told, I do not know. This was entirely a unique circumstance for me, so...
You all traveled dreams, you fought off nightmares, and now I learned that you are living stories. A fascinating group indeed. No wonder you could be such aid to us. Oh, I'm sorry. And they they raise their hand up and the sword comes back in the hand. Have at thee!
Of course. Shall we begin?
Oh wait, no. Enough talk! Have at thee! I will start it off. I nearly miss and you parried just in time. Does this excite you or make you more cautious?
I'm gonna be honest, I think Osiri's a little bit excited by that. She's kind of like, oh, well, I must admit, I was somewhat worried you might end up going easy on me.
No, it's like, I assure you, I'm afraid of the big bad wolf. Well, reputation-wise, I mean, not like you, like me and you. I think we could be friends, but like I honestly think that you're kind of terrifying.
Well, I assure you, you have nothing to be afraid of anymore. I have no intention of doing you harm.
I'm not a pig hiding in a house. Which is wild because that story isn't from the Echo. The three little pigs don't exist in the Echo.
I mean,
they might, but I don't think they do because they exist in the Dunko world.
Huh.
Which is in the Echo? Folk song, yeah. Never mind. We're good. What's yours? What's your counter?
See, I think that last thing they said actually caught her a little off guard and she leaves an opening, so... Are they going to take that opportunity, or are they going to wait and look for a better moment?
Trance wants to take that opportunity. Like, I don't want it to end immediately, but Trance would love to take that opportunity. I mean, go ahead.
I think the in-between there then is they take it, she is capable of blocking it, and we continue from there, and she recognizes, like, she learned something about how Trance is gonna fight.
They are opportunistic. They lunge at that spot. You manage to parry them away, but just barely. Like swapping sides. Production value.
Perfect.
I have my blade near your shoulder. Do you acknowledge the fact that I win? Or do you attempt a final bold parry? Which I think is the that answer. Like, what's your bold parry look like?
I think it's a mix of taking a quick step back to make some distance, which is just to buy her enough time to because are they still wielding it like more of like a greatsword?
Oh yeah, totally. They like that wasn't a lunge so much as it was just like a heavy swing for your head.
Yeah, so like she kind of leaps back a little bit, makes some distance, and then puts her own weapon up over her to like block and push the blade aside.
Absolutely. And like they are shocked. It's like, oh, I had calculated that as a win. Alright, what's yours?
I think knowing, like, having seen that, Osiria's going to feign lowering her guard again to see if she can't capitalize on the minute where Trance goes in on her. Is Trance gonna take that?
Trance falls for it. Trance is terrible. Trance does not understand the idea of lies.
Oh no, I feel bad.
Trance yells, "I got you!" And then like the sword is just coming right down at you. Where did your sword hit them to and light up?
I think it's like another quick motion of like quick sidestep out of the way and then catches them like right on the side.
Trance is like huge, like happy emoji situation going on their face turns to just a frown, like no. Like they throw down the their foil. Dang it! It's like, dang it.
Afterwards, though, she does take a bow and basically says, "Well fought, my friend."
And you too, my scary nightmare friend.
I believe just friend is fine.
Titles are important. And you're terrifying. Don't let the aliens see you with all those teeth though. They get really nervous.
So I have heard.
It's like Trance takes their sword and tosses it to Vision. You're up, Fisher boy! And like he catches it. And he's just like, alright. And he's just like, good thing I get to deal with our fishy friend here.
Are you fish up here?
It's more hypothetical. Like, I want to fish. I've always dreamt of it. Well, I don't sleep. I have always desired it. We met the whales. They were amazing folks. Have you met the whales? It's like, but we do.
Circumstances, but yes.
Sometimes we do a little fishing and a little skimming, but it's mostly for data.
Well, we'll have to try to get some time to have you do some proper fishing. Right, Midnight?
Sounds like a plan to me.
I love the thought. I truly do. But we can't leave. We have all of us Sentinels have made an agreement that we won't be leaving again. Last time it sent the world and the land all topsy-turvy. But
Who
we
said
do
you'd be
appreciate
leaving? And maybe we could bring some of it to you.
That begs the question, how are the dells that made it down to the Echo working out for you? I think somebody called them lice.
How about we just get on with this fight?
Right. He's like, he holds his like, one moment, and he walks over and grabs another foil. And then he walks back to you, and he's holding 2 foils. Like, to be fair, like, just to say it to everybody, they don't want to leave. This is where they want to be. They want to do their job. Like, they don't want to take vacations. Like, that's not, they are happy where they are.
Oh, yeah. Nichols just suggesting a staycation.
Absolutely. I was just like, because multiple people have commented, it's like, oh, I want them, like, I want to be able to take them back. And like, let's go back. It's just like, it's like grabbing a piece of the computer and pulling it out. This is where they exist. They do not exist anywhere else. Like, you take them off this, like, it breaks, or they have to change what they are. And we saw what happened with Fervor/Fiction. Just getting that one all out on the board. For now, at least.
Nickel takes a look at the 2 blades there and he says, so, am I going to get one of those, or do I have to use one of my own? Because mine is kind of a bit more stabbier than that.
Oh, absolutely. And, Aberration will come over and hand you theirs. It's like, here you go. It's like, Vision's a little rude. Vision,
right,
he like
thanks.
leans over to Cass and Midnight. It's just like, Vision's the rude one. He doesn't like to. Well, he's weird.
Ah.
That beard's
Yeah.
fake.
What? Why did he fake the beard?
Because we can't grow facial hair. But he really liked the beard that a whale had. Well, that's close to 1,000 years ago at this point.
You know what? I can't say anything without being a hypocrite, so I will just keep quiet.
Vision's just like, would you like a beard? We can give you a beard. A fine beard. None of you really have beards. He's like, shakes his head at all of you.
Well, I can't really grow one.
I'm literally covered in hair.
Right, but like, a beard though. That's how you show how much of a man you are, I've learned. With all the strength of a... I've heard
from its scars.
This beard makes me as mysterious as Spectre. Even though I'm from Reverie.
I mean, I guess it does show off some of it, but so do these. And Cash kind of holds out his arms, and you kind of see all the scars covered up and down.
He charges at you, Nickel. I launch a quick flurry of strikes. Do you give ground smoothly, or do you stand your ground and block each one? As he's saying, with all the strength of a roaring river. Slam, 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 slam.
Oh, Nickel is definitely backing away smoothly, trying to basically use it there and moving it back to... and use his movement to basically guide his opponent to where he'd like him to be.
Beautiful.
And then I think once those flurries end, I think at that point we circle each other, blades at the ready. What additional remark do you make after dodging that flurry?
I see you backing up, almost spineless, pale, pathetic lot. You haven't got a clue. somehow I'll make a man out of you. And then, okay, so go ahead.
No, that was it. But
I lunge in, like, carelessly with one hand. The other hand, I swipe what appears to be a finishing blow. You dodge it, and you have the option. You have options. Do you disarm me, or do you put me on my butt? It's not a victory, but you can either take one of his weapons or knock him down.
I think I'm going to knock him down, and of course, not using the sword because that'd be the victory, but knock him down with the tail. So as he does the swing there, just use that, get a quick tap at the right spot, and get him down as Nickel gives a bit of distance again.
You hear him just go, ugh.
In fact, I think for my question at this point, I think at this point, Nickel is trying to feel out his opponent, test him, more like, keep control. Does he notice and get angry once he realizes?
He gets to his feet. It's just like, I'm never going to catch my breath. And it's just like, he does not notice that you are being more calculated. He's just going to charge in for another attack. Let me see. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. I'm like, make a lighthearted social diplomatic blunder. That's the wrong page.
Well, I mean, you can also do that.
He's making Vision's making a ton of diplomatic blunders right now by just constantly yelling, "Be a man." We lock blades, our faces close. What do you say to break the tension?
Well, what if I told you that, I'm just fine not being a pure man. Like, there's a few times where Moonlight is an ice witch.
I'm so sorry, that cut out on me. We're hitting yeah. Sorry, one more time for me, please.
Yep, I say there. Well, what would you say if I told you I'm fine not always being the perfect man? Like, a few times when I'm moonlighting as a rather powerful ice witch.
It's just like, but the whales, they were so big and impressive. I've styled my whole life after them.
Oh yeah, I've beat some of them too.
He puts his swords down. You know the whales?
Maybe not the specific whales but I've had some scrapes with them. Not always pleasant ones, to be fair.
You fought the whales? You? At that size?
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm full of surprises. And in fact, that'll actually lead into my next question. Well, this whole time there, Nickel has had his sword hidden under the, in the sword arm, which is hidden by the cape. While they've been talking, he's actually secretly slipped the sword out to have his tail hold it. So when he does his next attack, he'll do a feint. Does he notice the feint in time?
He does not notice the feint in time. He sees you start to move and raises both of his swords. Like he's going for like the Anakin Skywalker head chop. You know what I'm talking about? How Dooku lost his head. He's going for that. He thinks he has you. He's just like, the whales have not prepared you for me. And he starts to close them. And then, what's it look like for your sword to get him?
Well, at that point there, as he's starting to close, just from like between the legs, the tail goes through like it's goes through and up like he's about to do that infamous spike, but instead it has the sword wrapped around it, and poke and ding right in the gut. Yeah, doesn't look like they prepared you for me either. Good shot though. You're learning.
He's just like, oh man. I think the entire crowd, like, as you guys have been going, people have been like coming into this room to watch all of these matches, and you see Figment and Phantasm and Fancy's come back, stuffing her face with cheese. Mirage is unconscious. Don't worry about her. And they're all just like super applauding. It's just like, it's about time somebody put him in his place. He's been going on about be a man ever since he met those whales. Ridiculous concept.
Well, hey, I mean, be fair. If being a man works for him, that's fine. Just, don't make me go to the same standards, though.
Vision looks around, nodding. She's like, of course, that's a faux pas. I'm terribly sorry. Will you ever accept my apology?
Tell you what, once we get some water and some fish here, I think maybe join me in midnight for a bit of a test run on fishing. We'll call it even.
I look forward to it. Dropping both foils and extending his hand to shake your hand.
Yep, shakes the hand.
Full shake, like absolutely love it. And like everybody like cheers. It's just like, everybody back to the party, and the music just bam, 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 bam.
And actually, I just want to say, probably in the background, they're doing the full handshake, and it changes to the predator handshake.
Oh yeah, like you son of a bitch. Flex.
Nice.
Fucking nice. All right. I don't know if everybody saw it in text. Nika said, as a heads up, and like this is coming from me too. Like, as a heads up, it's getting late and we haven't eaten yet, so we might want to move the fashion show and the main character RPs into Discord roleplay for this week. We are sorry. But I didn't know if we were actually gonna play today because of the headache that I had. Personally, I think I've done a pretty good job. Just don't let me toot my own horn too much. But so we're gonna do the next two things: the fashion show and the main character energy in there to get the present that Phantasm has for you all. Then also, like, the 4 people that are picked for the judge thing, Seth, you don't have to step down from it at all if you don't want to, but like, we could also just have it expand to like, now all of you could be judges if you want to, and ask the NPCs what they think, because the fashion show is basically, hey, that person hits the stage, and then it's just like, oh, that's a nice outfit. What do you think of that person from Soul City? Or person from, like, what do you think of that clearly Midas from Obsession? Those kind of fun questions. But I will put lists of all the NPCs that are here for that, and I think this is great. It ran longer than I expected, but I was trying, like, as all speakeasies do. They just do. I'm sorry. Like, the one thing I'm bad at is time management. That's it, though. Everything else I'm doing great.
definitely the way of the Speakeasy to run just a little bit too long. But no, this was real fun.
I am very glad that you guys enjoyed it. I like all of these things. There's like, look at that disco ball situation. Disco balls on disco balls. I thought that was all a lot of fun. Like, you guys learned so many cool things. It's where I give it like a lot of neat stuff. And I will start making a bunch of the same as we did for Covert and the Sterling Thicket. Like, there will be places that you guys can have conversations with particular ones. Not all of them are gonna want to talk to you like right away. And some people, I'll give you guys the heads up for it. Wim does not want to go anywhere near Osiria or Midnight or anybody that could be considered scary. Like, if you have a scary character and if you are part of the villain one, Wim is scared of you and does not want to talk to you. Just for the going forward. This is true. Yeah, if I said a segment, like, no, what Nika said is 100% it. If I send a thing, I would just throw it away. Like, alarm means nothing to me. But thank you all so much for coming to this TED Talk. Vision's a cool guy. He's just kind of a piece of shit right now. Fancy's cool. She's just kind of a piece of shit too. Oh, Nika's turning her mic on.
Perfect, nailed it. So we are taking off this coming weekend in order to prep for the next arc. We're debating not doing it, but we're both also really tired because it has been a long 6 weeks.
Oh, I don't think you guys can hear Nika talk. Oh, no, you're muted.
I'm not muted for stream.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
muted
muted
for
for
you.
stream. Like, we can't hear Nika, but she's talking. If you want.
I kind of forgot that you guys were still hanging out in this call, so I wasn't. I was muted for you guys, but yeah, we're taking the weekend off. It's been a time.
Yeah, you would hear. I didn't.
Fuck off. Yeah, that's basically it. I think that was all. I really enjoyed this arc, guys. I feel like everyone we do, like, I'm fine-tuning to the point that I think, like, oh, hey, we're doing a good job, I think. So anyway, thank you. Thank you for wanting to do this thing.
And we've gotten some great responses.
Oh, shit. Okay, no, you're not talking through your mic. Okay.
No. We've gotten some great responses from not just you. I mean, obviously, you includes the RP leaders, but, like, the RP leaders have got some really great ideas for us, and we're going to start moving forward with just some neat RP stuff for everybody to do. Like, just so you guys can basically be playing the game all the time. What if the game was always going? That's
like,
our goal.
Not in a scary way that's, like, hard to keep up with, but in ways that you get to play your characters more, you get to do more character development in guided RPs, so that the stuff that you're doing in text carries through. Because we've said before that, like, we tend to treat everything that happens at the proverbial table as canon, and everything else is, like, flavor for y'all, but we want to start bringing that stuff into the game more. Now that, like, we're, I don't know, a little bit, like, we have our legs under us more now than we did, you know, say 2 years ago, or even a year ago, for stuff like that. So little by little, we're getting better and stronger at doing things.
And we're getting better at it because of you all.
Yeah, y'all are amazing.
I cannot stress how much you all are helping us. Midnight with the
oh my god, the wiki, I appreciate you so much.
It's insane. It's so helpful. Like, all of our RP leaders, like, helping us, like, do these silly RP things that we have, and, like, giving us great advice, and, like, every time you guys give us, like, card ideas that work, and, like, obviously the support, financially the support, obviously.
Thank you for making it so that we can do this full time. It's crazy. Literally every time we're working on it, it's like, we're, like, some of the luckiest people in the world. That's what it feels like.
It's crazy. Anytime I'm tired, I'm just like, I get to do this. this is crazy that I get to do it.
It is definitely something that is like, I get to do this. That's so fucking exciting.
So like,
But now we're
thank
gonna
you
go
all.
die.
And like, Arak goes up. Everybody's like, you guys are all amazing, amazing. But yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna go die now. You know, I'm gonna play the full version of the theme song, since this will, you know, this ends the arc. So it'll be like the last time forever that you hear it, which is not true, as you know, but yeah. Anywho, bye forever.
bye forever. Say goodbye, everybody.
Say goodbye, guys.
Right.
Bye forever.
Bye.
shadows dance and play. Exploration calls us to take the skies again. Together we'll